What's going on? Welcome back to a new video. XD here. In this video I'm going to show you how you can make deep house melodies, and this is my method. There are definitely different methods out there, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be using FL Studio stock plugins. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to come through here and I'm going to go into GMS, and I'm going to open GMS, and I'm going to go into pads, and I'm going to use the pad 2, and I'm going to go into the piano roll like that. And here in the piano roll, I'm going to use a minor ninth stamp, make sure that's on. And then I'm going to make sure that I pick a root note, which is D here. So you can pick any root note that you want. If you want an E, if you want a D, that's all up to you. And then I'm going to put my stamp like that. And then my stamp is there. So this is how the stamp sounds. So if you're not happy with that chord there, you can just drop it down into an A minor like that. So it's up to you. You can move it around to a C minor, to a B minor. So it's all up to you which one you want to pick, and what kind of chord that you want to use. So this is just to set up a bass line for like the whole track. Not bass line as in bass line, like the bass, like a bass guitar, but this is just to set out like a backbone of the track by loading this up. So using a chord, make sure that you kind of have something going on there that's nice and rich. So then I can come here into my playlist, and then I can drop in that 4 bars that we have dropped in there, and make sure that's there. And then we come here to our channel rack, and then here on our channel rack, what we can do is we can load up let's say another synth classic. Let's say we can load up something like a Flex. Flex has amazing sounds. It is an amazing stock plugin that I definitely recommend if you don't use it. So that's the one I'm going to drop in there, and you want to pick anything that you want to pick, like that you feel will sound nice as a melody. I think that sounds really good, but we're going to go back to this GMS, and I'm going to send it to a mixer track like that. That sounds okay, but it's just sustaining for too long. I want to give it a nice, vibe to it. And I'm going to come here to my effects. I'm going to go into MISC, and I'm going to add effector, and here in effector I'm going to load up my duck preset. You can get this preset in the link down below, and it's going to go like this. If you want to have your metronome on for this, you can also have your metronome on. It sounds much better, right? And then you want to right click and come into piano roll here, and then now you have ghost notes that you can follow, because sometimes if you don't know a lot of music theory, then it's going to be hard for you to create melodies without some form of a guide. It'll take you longer to create melodies, but when you have something like some ghost notes of the key that you're working in, it kind of gives you a guide to what you can do in terms of melody and all of that. So I'm gonna use the paintbrush like this one here, and then I can start drawing in my notes like that, and then I can draw them in. So remember, we're still in the same channel where these chords are. So I'm just gonna, I can maybe delay that. I kind of like that. That's nice and simple. I'm going to copy that over. I like that. So I added a variation right there. So I can even try add another variation right there at the end. And maybe add another one there. And I can copy these like that. Nice and simple. That's how you can do that. So it's nice to have some variation, but also make sure that your variation is not too much. You don't want to overdo it. So you see here, my variation is like for 2 bars, and then it repeats on the 3rd till the 5th. And then that's just the repetition there, because your melody is supposed to be a repeating melody instead of a melody that is unchanging. But it depends with the track that you're making. If you don't want it to change, then that's up to you. But we're creating music using loops here, so it's nice that you add a little bit of a variation, but at the same time also make sure that it cycles nicely and loops perfectly, and not sound too corny and too lazy in that kind of situation. And then what you want to do is maybe you can even like layer it. Like I can load up a GMS after that, and I can go into like Wise Labs in here, and I can pick, let's say this Bell Miami, and I can copy that and paste right there at the bottom. If I don't like the sound, I can change it. So also layering your melody, adding another layer will also add the sound to make it sound different. So people will ask like, yo, what is that melody? You know, where do you find that melody? But it's adding a layer, because if you just use one sound like this from a preset, then everyone that has this preset is going to have this same sound, and they can find it. There's nothing special about it. And another thing that you can do here is, I'm just going to mute the second one here and we focus on the first one, is you can play around with the cutoff with the filter section here. You can make it start off with like a muffled filter on there. And what's nice about these stock plugins is that you can easily automate anything, any control on them. And you create automation clip, and then you can now see our automation clip is right here. And then you can just add a point like that right there, so that it picks up right there at the end. You can start to play around with these macros to add some effects to the sound. And then that's it. That's how you can create a really nice melody. And then after that, you can start adding drums. Like I can add a kick. I can create a new pattern like that. Then I can put it in here. And then I'm going to add another hat like that. And we can add a clap. And we can throw in a bass like that. it's going to sustain all the way. We can even layer this bass if we want to, like maybe layer it with something like a DX10, and in DX10 we can load in like an E flute, and we can copy that and paste like that. And here in the JMS, send it to a mixer track, and then we can take down a little bit of the sub frequencies like that. If we want to drop down and transpose like 1 octave of the E flute to make it real sub, we can do that if we want to, but it's up to you. You just have to pick where you feel like all of this sits nicely. Another thing that will also add to this sound melody is you can also add some delay to it. Like if I come here to the sound after having sent it to the mixer, you can go to like delay and reverb and add a delay. And I can change the time. So this is without. And this is. And with the layer. And I'm just making that the layer is not too loud, as our main like melody sound. And that's it. That's how you can create a track like this and how you can make some melodies. If you found this really helpful, make sure to drop this video a like and also subscribe to help this video out in the algorithm. And if you want this FLP, make sure to hit the link down below so you can download it for free, absolutely for free. And you can get it and you can study it and remix it and do whatever you feel. If maybe you were getting some ideas on how you can progress with this kind of track, and I would really appreciate it. Follow me on all my social medias. You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. But other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I am X and I'm out. Peace.